What's good, beautiful people? We are back with another episode of the Project Vega podcast. I am your host, the Project Vega, and we are here with episode 26. And I am your host, the Project Vega. Welcome, everybody. Oh my god, I am so fucking tired. I ain't even gonna lie, man. It's been exhausting. It's been an exhausting month since the last podcast. I know I've been kind of late on that date and everything like that, but it is what it is. We gonna get it out here before the end of the month anyways. I already made that promise a long ass time ago, and we're gonna uphold that promise up in this motherfucker. Go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe, rate rate this show 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all your major platforms that you are listening to. We are on every single major platform, including YouTube. Go ahead and like, share, comment, and we gonna jump right into this shit because you know your boy is exhausted, but I know you guys came for the questions. The most demanded and highly listened portion of the podcast, and we gonna get to that. We got definitely a good amount of questions here. I don't know how long I'm gonna go with this podcast, but we just gonna go until I feel like not wanting to talk anymore like usual, and we're gonna ramble like we usually do. So prepare, kick back, grab some popcorn. You about to listen to some bullshit, I swear to god, you know. Oh my god, love y'all. Yeah, quick bits. We're already fucking up. We always do. Don't matter. We keep it authentic and genuine up in this side. Yeah, quick bits, man. Marvel, they announced their next lineup of movies. Actually, it was yesterday. They had a whole event and showcased everything. We got Black Panther, Wakanda Forever being shown. We got Iron Heart. We got Quantumania. We got Kang. 2 Avengers movies dropping in the same year, just a few months apart. I bet those visual effects artists are punching the fucking air, dude. Oh my god. I mean, especially after that last report with the visual effects artist. I think it was like some sort of complaint or whatever it is with the amount of like the deadline and the crunch time, and it's very bad. It's just not really good to be a part of it. But you know, we get amazing movies out of their hard work, and unfortunately they're suffering for that. Definitely start hiring more people, get that team up there, and like get some realistic timelines, because I mean the amount of shit they got with the Disney series 2 season 2 of Loki and fucking What If, like yo, they've got so much shit dropping. And Secret Wars, Secret War, then Secret Invasion. Like it's like, dude, it's a lot of shit that's dropping in Marvel, and I'm ready for it. You already know I'm a movie person at heart. I love Marvel, love Disney. Like let's keep it going. We'll definitely talk about the Marvel movies that just dropped, especially Thor. We'll talk about that a little bit later because we got some shit to say on that one. But we'll get that later on down the road. Xbox, just a little quick bit on it. They announced a little integration with Discord integration into Xbox, so you could play with your friends from PC and PlayStation all on one platform and just talk to each other, because with the whole crossplay, Discord just makes it easier. Like, instead of having to have a completely separate app, you just download Discord right off the Xbox. You have it in there. Bam, that's the new party chat. That's how it should have been a long time ago. And I think I mentioned this like 2-3 podcasts ago when they had said something about that. I think it was a rumor, but then Sony bought them. I think that whole thing, I don't even know if it went through 100%. I don't even know, because this dropped before that. But I'll have to just re-up on that. I mean, I could right now, but I don't feel like it, honestly. It's just doing too much. That's really all I gotta say about like quick bits. That's all I had written down. I should have wrote down so much more shit that happened, but it's just I didn't, just because of how busy I was. It's ridiculous how much I'm always fucking busy. I'm always doing too much shit. I need to not, but I'd rather keep moving and keep myself busy than, you know, be idle. Like I said last podcast, idle hands do the devil work. And yeah, we ain't having that shit happen. So we finna jump right into it. the most demanded part of the goddamn podcast. Oh my god, why did I say it like that? Oh my god, but first, a disclaimer. My word is not law. These are just my opinions. You could take these opinions and throw them outside. I don't give a fuck. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just doing the best of my abilities to articulate these questions and give a good response. That's the shittiest version I've ever fucking did for this disclaimer, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie. That's how fucking tired I am. And you're gonna keep hearing about it because that's what you're here for. Anyways, Q&A section. We got the first question. And the first question comes from the Funky Neck Brace. Yeah, Funky Neck Brace. Don't know why it's the Funky Neck Brace. Probably got bedazzle and, you know, roll bounce on it and shit like that. And they asked, I'm seeing this dude, Andrew Tate, all over the place. Oh my man. Seeing this dude, Andrew Tate, all over the place, and is he someone you watch? What is your opinion on him? Andrew Tate, yes. Andrew Tate is all over the fucking place, and I've been put on Andrew Tate a long ass time ago. I agree with like 90% of the shit he says. That man is fucking hilarious. He's great too. He's dude is up there. I like Andrew Tate. I fuck with him. MTR. I've already mentioned that before. Kevin Samuels, rest in peace to the Godfather. Fresh and Fit, all of them. Not all of them. I don't fuck with like a couple other people just because I haven't really watched their content. So I can't really say I don't fuck with them. It's just I just don't watch their content. I have nothing against them. I just haven't watched their content. But there's some people's content that I do. It's Complicated channel. Love that channel. If you haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure you've probably seen the It's Complicated channel's content on TikTok and other things where they're like on the Vegas Strip and he's like asking those like very difficult questions. That's that channel, the It's Complicated channel. It's really good. Recommend go checking it out. Shameless plug, honestly. Yeah, Andrew Tate, I fuck with him. I really like him. I have nothing bad to say about it. Like I've seen a lot of like he blew up even more just after the what was that interview he did on that Twitch streamers podcast that blew up with XQC? I forgot. Aiden Ross, that's what it was. He was on the Aiden Ross podcast and he did an interview with XQC, and I think he had like two other guys all on it, and they were just doing an interview. And XQC, a lot of guys think like XQC, honestly, and you're not respected. That's why you're in the situation you are. And he was just oblivious to a lot of the information that Andrew was trying to say. Of course, it's like his delivery is different from what a lot of people could handle, and it's never what you say, it's just how you say it, and it's always how he says it is why people don't like it. And I don't really care. I understood what the fuck he was saying. It's the same thing. It's like the saying, it was just like, if I say 2 + 2 is 4, and it's just like, if I say 2 + 2 is fucking 4, does that escape the fact that it's still 4? Like, it just all depends on how it's being said and what's being said. It's just, that's all it really comes down to. It's either coddle somebody's feelings or just hurt them. And honestly, just fucking hurt them. It's just better, honestly, gets the point across, and you do what you need to do and keep walking, son. Did I answer that question? Yeah, I think I did. I kind of went off at a tangent there. I didn't even know. My brain was just going, actually. But yeah, I fuck with Andrew Tate. Just plain and simple, hell yeah. I agree with like 90% of the shit he says, so don't agree on everything. It's just, I'm not a mindless fucking idiot just following people. Like, nah, I have a mind of my own. Like, what the hell? So I said 90%. I'm not a drone, not a zombie. But yeah, to the Funky Neck Brace, if you don't know anything about Andrew Tate and you just got introduced to him, besides just looking at just the small clips you find or come across, actually go and watch full podcasts or few like full videos of interviews of him and like what he is and who he is and that what he has to offer before making a complete assumption on whatever good or bad that you may have on him personally, like I did. I didn't know who he was. I saw actual full-fledged interviews of him and got to go research him, and it was like, I fuck with him. Oh, also Rollo Tomasi, that's another guy. Rollo, I like him too. Don't agree with everything he says, but I definitely agree with a majority of the things he says. Good people. For any of the guys, because oh my god, I'll just get to the next question before. Oh my god, I'm just rambling, but it'll probably pop up and I'll say it. Like honestly, I'll say what I was about to say, but it just has nothing to pertain to this question, so that's why I'm not going to do it. Just stay focused on what the question is instead of just going off. You know what I mean? So yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Funky Neck Brace. And the next question we got here is what does it say? Tic Tac Tingle? Yeah, Tic Tac Tingle. I bet you that has to do with something with a dick and it tingles. I bet you anything, man. Internet question. The people's usernames are fucking hilarious. They're fucking hilarious. Tic Tac Tingle has to be somebody has a Tic Tac dick and just it tingles. That's exactly what that means. Because nobody's eating a Tic Tac and their fucking tongue tingles. That'd be kind of weird. That's not a Tic Tac. But their question is, how would you handle going to your girlfriend's house and walking in on her cheating? Damn, that's a fucking loaded one. How would I handle it? I'd walk out and then she would never hear from me again. Just plain and simple. That's just how I would react. Like, of course, like I'm gonna be fucking furious. And I definitely want to like do some crazy shit, but it's just like, why put myself in a predicament to where I could possibly go to jail, and be behind bars or prison more so, because it's not jail. Like what I would do, I'm going straight to prison. I'm going in for the rest of my life if I was to go off the rails type shit. Yeah, that's what I would do. Hopefully Tic Tac Tingle, hopefully you didn't come across this shit, because if you did, damn, sorry, bro. Like, it's terrible. I've never had this situation, so it's just like I can't really fully relate to what this question is. It's just a what if scenario is what I'm getting from this. Yeah, that's what I would do. I'll just walk the fuck out and be done with her. Just done. Find another one, dude. Go do your thing, man. It is what it is. Shit happens. Shit really does happen out here, and it's bad. And like dating scene, the relationship scene, the what is it? The man, what is that whole thing called? Hookup culture. That's what it's called. That shit's real, man. It's real. It's real dicey out here across the United States, man. There's some crazy shit going on, and there's a lot of bad stuff has been surfacing on the internet. I know plenty of y'all have seen this shit, and it's just like, oh my god, how did that happen? Just like that whole I mean, it wasn't really a cheating video, but it was like a recent video that went around, even though I think they confirmed it was like a fake one and it was just like all acting. But it was that dude who was went out with, it was his girl's birthday, and she had like brought like 18 girls or whatever it is, and she expected him to pay for all them, and it was just like, hell nah, nigga, you better not. Like, and he was right. He was like, I'm not about to pay for all them. The fuck, crazy. It's like, I'm paying for you. You my girl. He ain't fucking all them. Like, that's not happening today. Like, that's nope, not happening. Not happening. So yeah, that's how I would handle the situation. I would just walk the fuck out. If I had any of my shit in there, if it ain't my phone, my wallet, or keys, I'm leaving it there. It's there. It's just done. Like, it's not phone, wallet, or keys, bro. I'm out. I'm out. If it's closed, I'll just buy some more. If it's a laptop, buy it again, depending on the laptop too. If it's shit, MacBook Pro or something like that, nah, I'm gonna take that shit real quick. I'm taking that back. Give me that. You better not have no console there either, bro. You shouldn't have been that comfortable to bring your goddamn console there. Fuck no. It's just shit. Stupid. And if it is shit's there. Buy another one. They getting back in stock now. Unless it's a PlayStation 5. Those things are still not being in fucking stock, bro. But Xboxes are. Those you could get those. Series X and S, honestly. But PlayStation 5, still hard to get. So if it's a PS5, you might have to get that, because you 2K niggas or something else. Y'all might as well go fucking dumpster diving for one of those goddamn things and other crap. But everything else, leave it. Back away. Do not come back. That's all I'm gonna say on that, honestly. And we just gonna move on to the next question, because that one was pretty self-explanatory for me, in my opinion, because that's what he was asking. And yeah, so next question comes from the The hotbox hobo, and not like a hobo, like, you know, the hobo. No, it's H-O-E, bo. Yes, the hotbox hobo. And this person, I'm looking at moving out right now. Shit, no, that I completely skipped over there. I'm looking at moving out right now, but don't make a lot of money. What would you recommend I should do as I search for an apartment? Stop searching for an apartment and get more money. Definitely step one. You already answered your own fucking question in the question. Get a better job, because a lot of people don't have a spending problem. They have an income problem, and you're not making enough income, so you need to make a lot more income, especially if you're looking at moving into an apartment, because there's a lot that goes into getting not only an apartment but also a fucking house if you're going towards that too. But it says an apartment, so that's what I'm going off of. You need to have a lot done, dude. Make sure your credit is up, make sure you got your money up, make sure you have a very stable job that pays well. As like, if not, like, you're gonna need roommates, bruh. Especially since you just said you don't make a lot of money. Girl or guy, doesn't matter who this is, like, you got to make money. You got to make a lot of money. Even if it's not a lot of money, but enough to be able to cover your bills and expenses, especially 2 or 3 times the rate. And shit, with how much fucking apartments have shot up with their fucking rent and all that other crap, bruh. Like, you're gonna need to have like $9 grand just sitting down, just already at the ready at this point. Like, just have it at the ready, and then that's just $9 grand just being able to pay for that shit up front and all that other expenses and bullshit like that. It's almost like you need additional fucking 50 grand just sitting there as well on top of the 9. Like, there's a lot of shit that you're gonna need just prepped, because if you got shitty credit, you do have shitty finances, and you're in debt, shit, if you got student loans, like, holy shit, there's that. And say if you also got a fucking kid, like, dude, you're just going against yourself on like all these aspects. So you got to make sure you have everything taken care of. Look at finding roommates. Honestly, that's what I would say. Get roommates, find a roommate, somebody you could rent out like a space or something like that, and see what like lease you got to sign, background check on everybody, shit like that. And go from there. But honestly, your first step is to get a better job, find a better job. Stop looking right now and literally start working on your resume, and start shooting your resume out to just different companies. You need to move up the ladder economically, bro. You need to do that. Gotta do that, because you can't even do step 1 if you're not even at step 0. Like, come on now, you gotta really buckle down and bring yourself up. And that's all I'm going to say on that, because that one isn't too good, actually. It's actually really bad. Because I can't help you on searching for an apartment when you don't make enough money. Because you could literally search for an apartment all fucking day. But it's just like, if you don't make a lot of money, you gotta go towards like the sticks, bro. You gotta go to like the lower areas, man, where it's just like, where it's not safe. Honestly, yes, you gotta go to the ghetto, bro. You gotta go to where there's a higher crime rate, where there's a lower cost income. But even still, they're still gonna shoot your fucking rent up. Like, bruh, fuck that. That's where if you want to live comfortably, you gotta make sure you're doing the right things ahead of time. And if you haven't been doing that, and the fact that you're even asking me on some shit like this, I don't know, man. Shit. Yeah, outside. Oh man, you got a lot to work on. You probably got more to work on besides just the fucking income problem and this whole apartment searching. Man, plus, dude, yeah, you got probably, if you got your own car too, you gotta worry about insurance. You gotta worry about the payments on your car if it's new. Yeah, bro, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. Shit ain't cheap. Shit is not cheap out here. It's expensive. It's expensive out here. Oh man, I'm gonna move on to the next question. After that, we flying through these. Honestly, we just quick answers. Um, can't really answer too many. You can't really go into in depth, but there's gonna be some. There's two of them, honestly. This question comes from Karina. Shout out to Karina. She's a listener. She's asked a few questions on the previous podcast. She talk about Ricky Martin and the relationship he had with his nephew and thoughts on monkeypox. For the whole Ricky Martin thing, I had no idea. I saw something about it, but I didn't really read up on that. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'll just pull it up on the podcast and then we'll just kind of skim through it and see what that is. So if you're watching the video version of the podcast, I will have links in the description, YouTube, the Project Vega, and you will see it on there. Honestly, this thing, I was reading through this right before I pressed start, and this comes from the BuzzFeed News. Everything you need to know about the devastating incest allegations about Ricky Martin and his nephew. Got dropped, or cases dropped. Okay. I don't know. I was like, Ricky Martin. I was like, why does he sound familiar? I've seen him or even heard of him before, because I have. But I didn't know he was fucking his nephew, who was 21. I think it was an 8 or 7 month relationship that he had. And he was facing 50 years in prison, which is oh my gosh. That's insane, man. It's disgusting at the same time, but people just don't care about shit like that. They love who they love, and it could be family, and they still gonna do it. There's no barriers to a lot of these people. July 1st, the 50-year-old star was served a temporary restraining order from a person who Martin allegedly dated for 7 months, but their identity remained anonymous. Mr. Ricky Martin, nice suit here, like that. Puerto Rican news. Oh, so is it Puerto Rican? Oh, which I think is illegal there. Yeah, I think that's highly illegal there. Yeah, this comes from Puerto Rico. The parties were related for 7 months. They separated 2 months ago, but Ricky does not accept the separation. View this for probably some Instagram shit that they pulled from it. Ricky calls him frequently. In addition, the petitioner has seen him hanging around the residence on at least 3 occasions. The petitioner feels that for his safety, the reports went. So I guess it had a fallout, and he said it was abuse, so some sexual relation. He probably got upset about it. Allegedly, this is all allegations, but it was dropped. So I'm just reading what I'm hearing, and this is my interpretation. This is the first time, honestly, looking at this shit. But this is still kind of gross. I don't know. Oh man, Ricky. Dude, these allegations are serious. When it comes to if you become anybody who is famous of any sort or whatever it is, and you are in the limelight and you're very popular, your downfall could literally end from just shit like this. Some sort of sexual allegation, some sort of abusive allegation, literally just destroy your image entirely, especially if you are a man. You're doomed. Even if it's a false allegation, it's even worse. It's just fuck, look with all the shit that Johnny Depp had to go through just because of that lying ass bitch Amber Turd. God, dude, fuck that bitch. Oh my god, man. I mean, same thing with Tory Lanez, bro. That truth came out. Karina, because this is your question. We had this discussion. You could go look that one up. Oh man, but yeah, we done off this. Yeah, we going back. Yeah, the Ricky Martin thing. I don't even know, man. It happens. It's America. I mean, it's not even really America because he's Puerto Rican, so it happens all around the world. It's just if you get caught, that's really about it. And it's just we hear it more predominantly here in America. Because everything's more just open. Everybody's social media. It's word of mouth literally spreads. It's just everybody knows. It's a lot of those stereotypes happen to be they wouldn't be stereotypes if they weren't true. So there's always a truth to them, and it's just okay, yeah, not everybody might be like that, but there's a majority, and that's why the stereotype exists. and it is what it is. You just gotta go through that. It's just if you want to follow through that with that stereotype or not. So yeah, that's just really all I gotta say about that. And then the thoughts on monkeypox. I don't know. I just wasn't monkeypox. If from what I can remember from what I did read up on monkeypox, it was something that was spread through sexually. Don't quote me on that. I think that's what it was. And if it isn't, and it's just contagious, like it's like if you could just touch somebody and then bam, it's contagious like that, then honestly, since it's more visible, it's not gonna spread as bad as what COVID did. But I would still say it is something new, and I'm pretty sure doctors still don't understand what it is and are probably still going to send people out on their way thinking that it's just a rash or it's just what's that shit that you get on your hands? I forgot what it was called, emphysema or some shit like that. Eczema. I said emphysema. That eczema. You got that eczema. Yeah, it's eczema, I believe it is. Like they might think it's that. Chickenpox, if that one, no, chickenpox is pretty easy. Pretty easy kind of determine on that one versus monkeypox. Because monkeypox is like it's a rash and like itches and pain and other things like that. But I think it's similar. Hold on, man. What the fuck? Fucking goddamn it. Monkeypox. Oh my god, outbreak of monkeys. Signs, what is it, CDC Center? Yeah, it was this fucking monkeypox. Fuck it, we'll do it right here live on the goddamn fucking podcast because I need more information before I start talking. Oh, look at these disgusting things here. Symptoms of monkeypox can include fever, headache, muscle aches, and backache. I mean, my back always be hurting, you know what I'm saying? Pause. Oh, that's what, man. I'll just be talking sometimes. It's like, yeah, that was gay. Swollen lymph nodes, chills, exhaustion, a rash that can look like pimples or blister that appears on the face, inside the mouth. When people just think that was herpes too, in other parts of the body, like hands, feet, chest, genitals, or anus. See, you'd also think it's like crabs or what's that other shit that's like crabs? Nah, man, fuck, I forgot what it was. It'll come to me, but still. This is CDC's website right from here. That's what it is. It's outbreak. I don't. Is it really an outbreak? I mean, it's out and it's breaking news, but it's not like COVID. COVID was even worse because that one was not as with the illness. The illness typically lasts 2 to 4 weeks. Damn, that sucks. Yeah, some people get a rash first, followed by the other symptoms. Like, okay, different stages. Huh? That's UK. This just looks like somebody's like pimple, honestly, like little face bumps. Like people get these all the time, damn near. That's what it looks like. You can easily confuse this with something. More pictures. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, that's under his lip. Yep, that's a lip. I'm probably that's disgusting. Oh man, yeah, we get off this. Looking up diseases and shit. Fuck that. Oh man. Yeah, this is monkeypox. This is my thing. It's if it was so bad, and if it does get that bad, they would have shut shit down again. But I would more so say they would have just cut everybody off from America at that point. Like, you don't have to shut down the whole goddamn United States or whatever it is like they did before and try to force people into their fucking house, because it's just like, fuck. I was just like, damn, nobody wants to do that shit again. And nobody would do it. Nobody would fucking listen at that point. Like, people were getting I forgot what that term was called, where it's just you're just stuck in the house, you're just so restless, you can't do anything because you're secluded in one area, and you just you're probably literally listening, it's like, oh, it's this term, and I was like, I can't think of it right now, I got other shit thinking about. But yeah, if it was so bad, they would literally just be like, okay, the rest of the world cannot fly into United States, and you can't fly out of United States. If it was that bad, it would literally be like a whole nother thing. But that's all I gotta say on that monkeypox shit. And yeah, we just gonna move on to the next question, because that's all I gotta say on that. Don't really have too much on it. This question comes from Katniss Everduckin. Yeah, Katniss Everduckin. So definitely a girl. And it says, and I quote, "As a girl, I don't understand a lot of your viewpoints and where guys say things similar to what you say on your podcast and on social media in general. Can you explain to me why guys aren't getting into relationships and why girls like me are having a hard time finding a good man?" Yeah, it's a long one. God damn it. Don't understand a lot of my viewpoints and where guys say similar things to what I say on my podcast and social media in general. Well, if you're getting a lot of the same information from other guys, including me, who have similar viewpoints, and other guys that you may be talking to outside of social media, and they say the exact same thing or something similar to it, and you're not listening to what we're saying, and you do the opposite of the shit that we may not like, that's not our fault for letting you know what we're actually wanting and what we're saying, because you don't understand it and you're not listening and comprehending what we're saying. That's definitely one of the things. And here's the thing, it's like, if you're really trying to understand guys like you say you are, then actually do it, versus just almost sounds like you're complaining in a sense. But if it's just a genuine question, this is just me assuming what I'm getting here off the question that you sent me and submitted to me, then that's what I'm gonna get off of. Is like, it's almost like a little bit of a complaint, but like at the same time you're actually genuinely trying to learn. And I'm gonna do my best to try to answer your question to this as best as possible. I mean, I've said a lot of fucking things on this goddamn podcast. I'd just be talking left and right. So many different questions about relationships and intersexual dynamics with men and women. That's just so much shit. But if I had to narrow down a lot of things, fuck, that's a lot. But why guys aren't getting into relationships? Well, because the guy controls who gets into relationships. Because, you know, he has to ask you, do you want to be my girlfriend or be my girl type shit for the official thing that you were looking for. And if he's not asking you, then you're not showing qualities to be a girlfriend. That should be clear as day, especially if it's been more than 5 months or some shit like that, and you're just still talking and you're fucking, and he still hasn't asked you to be your girlfriend. Yeah, that should be red flag right there for you, that hey, maybe it's not just him, but also you. If you're not showing qualities and traits in a girlfriend, or if he wants to go the long way, depending if you really know the guy that you're with to be, if you know he wants a wife material type shit, if you're not showing those qualities and just like a girlfriend, why the fuck would he ask? He's not gonna ask. He's just gonna be like, oh, you're just friends with benefits, and that's what it's ever gonna be, and you're just gonna be left with your heart broken and your feelings hurt, and you don't want that, because honestly, I don't want to even hear you say niggas ain't shit, because that's so fucking annoying. But I know motherfuckers ain't shit. There's a lot of guys who just really aren't nothing. Like, they are how do I say this? Lame. I was telling my boy, like, I was just gonna go back, like, I was talking with my boys on the game, and like, I was just like, bro, there's a lot of guys who either get a bunch of money and they're just lame as shit, or they're just lame and just stay the same way they are. But I was just like, bro, just because you got money, it's just like, you're a lame nigga with money, you're just still gonna be a lame nigga with money. It's just, it is what it is. But A lot of guys don't really know how to talk. They don't know how to drive a conversation. They're not ambitious enough. And what I mean by ambitious, because that term gets thrown around a lot, is what goals you're really going after. What are you actually doing out here to kind of like set yourself apart from any other guy, to make yourself different and more attractive to these girls? It's like, what are you actually doing? Like, of course you could do sports. Let's go only as far. Like, are you actually pursuing, like, you know, NFL, NBA, NHL, like things like that? Are you actually going into a team, things like that, and working on that? Or if you have your own business venture to where you're actually developing and, you know, looking at partners and actually researching and getting your own LLC, things like that. If you're a YouTuber and you're, you know, trying to build your own platform and kind of like networking and all that stuff and growing your brand and stuff like that, while also doing other things like investing in a real estate or shit like that. I don't really know where I'm going with this statement, but it is what it is. I guess it's guys self-improving to make yourself more attractive. I think that's what it is. Then yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean by ambitious. Okay, I kind of got back on track. That's what I mean by ambition. Fuck, I forgot what the whole beginning part of it was. I don't remember. But yeah, guys getting into relationship, it's not, they're not going to ask you. If they're already getting what they want, which primarily it's the sex, access to you, why would they want to do anything further? Especially if you're not doing your end. If you're not, it could be a multitude of things. If you're not being his piece versus a headache, if you're not, I don't know, cooking, cleaning, things like that. If you guys live with each other, that'd be kind of quick. But like, if you go over to his house a lot and you just kind of sit around and you're not really doing anything, but you know he has, like, you know, some trash or whatever it is, you just, you know, just pick it up, throw it away or whatever it is, or, you know, make him a sandwich or some shit like that. Just like small little things that make him be like, okay, is like, she didn't even have to go out her way and do that, but the fact she did, I could keep her around. But that would also make her more of girlfriend type, more wifey type. Like, we pick up on those types of things. Some guys are actually very oblivious. I will admit that. Some are just very oblivious, but we do pick up on those natural traits. Absolutely, that's just one of those natural things. And you're probably thinking, I ain't picking up no man shit, that's his job, I ain't cleaning up after him, da 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 da. Well, you're gonna continue to stay single, saying with that fucking mindset, and it is what it is. Yeah, you could get a guy just from the way you look. You have a nice ass, like pretty face, you may have some personality, but a lot of you women are very fucking dry, honestly. You don't really have a lot of substance to you. And just me and being honest, I talk to so many fucking girls and it's just like, fuck, you are empty as hell. It's just like, fuck, man, it's just like, that's boring. I need somebody who has an active mind, somebody who's at least could like keep up with what I could keep up with. And it's just like, damn. But that's just my situation. I'm actually out here doing what I need to do to actually be able to give this sort of like take on it, because not a lot of guys are. It's just, they're not really fielding their options. They're just kind of sitting around just waiting for something to happen. It's just like, you can't wait for something to happen, guys. You actually have to go out and do. You have to go out and create. You have to actually move forward with your life. If you don't do it, nothing's gonna happen. You're just, like I said, you're gonna stay stagnant, and that's not what you want to do. You stay in a puddle. No, go off into the deep end. Actually put some fucking work in, bro. Get to swimming. Get to doing that shit. And why girls like me are having a hard time finding a good man. That last part, here's the thing. You actually have good men around you. They're the motherfuckers in your friend group who are your best friend or whatever it is that you're not trying to fuck, but I've constantly giving you compliments, somebody who's always hitting on you. Maybe you're always going out and hanging out. That's your good man that you are talking about, but at the same time, you're not attracted to him at all. He's just more of a convenience factor because, you know, you've been friends for, I don't know, middle school, elementary, high school, whatever the fuck it may be. because he's just like, maybe he's just not economically attractive to you, to where he's just not balling. Because a lot of girls want to live that life. They want to live that travel life, the balling life, the celebrity life, the Birkin bags and Chanel bags and shit like that. Get their nails done every 2 weeks type shit. You know, it's just like, you have these standards that are just extremely high up there, but you're going for a man who's in like the top like 5% of the United States, or even top 1%, because a lot of girls are looking for like multimillionaires and shit like that, because it's like money is the root of a lot of problems. It is a good down payment. Like, it's a damn good down payment for a lot of this situation when it comes to the dating game, guys. If you ain't got something to show, is just like, you may not be, like, a lot of girls won't even look your fucking way if you don't have no money. Like, you could see it as you go out. Like, you could literally see where all the girls concentrated when you go out to the clubs, VIP, bro. That's just, it is what it is. And you can't fault nobody. It's just how it works. It's how it fucking works. And girls, like, you having a hard time finding a good man, you like going towards the guys who treat you like shit. And that's probably why you end up in the situation you are in now, asking this question, having a hard time finding a good man. That good man has probably been next to you this whole time, or you maybe just have a bunch of girls that are around you who are bad influences, and have kept you single, because your girlfriends can definitely keep you single if you have girls who are just bad influences. If you hang around 5 hoes and you're the 6th hoe and you say you're not a hoe, you're pretty much gonna get, you're a fucking hoe, honestly. It's just like, you're just gonna get corrupted by them, and it is what it is. Especially if y'all have a fucking falling out, they're gonna let you do some crazy shit afterwards, man. I have seen that shit happen, man. It is woo, I have seen so much shit. Oh my god. It is wild out here, bro. Yeah, it is, man. You are the what is the saying, man? There's so many like analogies and the different sayings, different mantras, different quotes that I just be forgetting. But it's just like, I could like then go back and it's like, okay, you are the best of the 5 that you hang out with, or whatever it is, or you are the sum of the 5 friends you hang out with, or whatever it is. Somewhere along the lines of that. Bruh, it's, man, what you hear on social media and different podcasts, whatever you might be listening to, man, it's hard. It's just gonna get harder. It's honestly just going to get worse as time goes on, and as things become more abundant but more scarce as well. What I mean by that, and what I mean by that, things becoming more abundant and things becoming more scarce, is the women are going to become more abundant, because there's going to be a lot more women. Like, there are beautiful women all over the place, but there are a small amount of men that are attractive to you. And what I mean by that, you're not looking at every single guy that walks past you. You don't look at the thinking that, oh, every guy you just even walk past, talk to, whatever it is like very attractive or cute to you, and that you'd want to fuck them or anything like that. Because if that was the case, you probably wouldn't be even asking anything like this. And a lot of girls are in the same predicament that you are. That's why they're having the issues they are. It's why this whole men versus women thing on like TikTok that's going crazy is just like, it's like, bro, you gotta do what you gotta do. But if you want to stand out yourself, you gotta do the things that are gonna get you kept. Like the same with Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fed, MTR, the thing, it's just like, it's not his job to retain you, it's your job to retain the guy. His job is to attain you and to keep you interested and keep you attracted at all times. Your job is to keep him, to retain him. And the only way to do that isn't by just only fucking occasionally and doing the cutesy things here and there. Nah, you're gonna need to do a lot more to actually get the last name. If that is your goal, to get the last name, if you want to be married, which is a lot of women would want to be married. If you were to line up 10 women, you get either 8 or 9 of them that say yes, they want to be married. If you want to be that outlier, then cool, then don't ask fucking questions like this, because you're probably never gonna get wiped up let alone probably even have a good relationship. You're just going to be used. That's just the fucking truth, in my opinion. Like I said, this is just my opinion. You ask me, I'm gonna give you some shit straight up. Fuck. Sometimes I just be like, fuck, I really just said that? I'm like, yeah, bro. We gonna keep it going. There's a lot of good men out there, but good men aren't going to be looking at you, especially if you don't do the things that you're supposed to. If you're not carrying yourself a certain way, if you're not feminine, just because you're a girl, it doesn't mean you're feminine. There's a lot of girls who are like, what's up, bro? What's up, nigga? Like, bro, what? Like, yo, I'm getting attacked by a whole ass nigga right now that's a female. Like, hold the fuck up. Like, I need a back. Like, you gonna need to back up off me. Like, the way you carry yourself is very huge. First impressions are everything. First impressions for me are a huge thing. If you cannot make a good first impression, especially on how you carry yourself, bam, you already like, yeah, nah, I'm already dismissing you 100%. It's all depending on how you carry yourself, how you talk, the way your mannerisms, the way you walk, talk, look. It's all of that. It's just guys are very visual creatures. Like, we are very visual. Like, that's just step one, is the way you look. Just step one right there. Everything else is it just follows from there. It's just your personality, your looks. Not looks. Your personality, the way you act, things like that. Is just everything afterwards. It just trickles down. It just trickles down. For guys, it's like the same thing, but it's just like, number one, it's just right there. We just care about the looks because it's like, oh, is she hot? Are we gonna fuck her? Yes. Like, it's just, we're simple. We are very direct. We just go from there. When it comes to girls, it's a lot of things. It's just like, okay, not only is he cute, is he tall? Is he dark skinned? Like, it could be a lot of shit that you have these lists, the check boxes that go off. Maybe if he has money, if he, the way he talks to you, the way he approaches you, if he can carry a conversation, just things like that. Like, it's a lot of shit that goes into it when it comes to the girl side. Guys, like, you may have like a list of 20 things before you could actually come up and talk to you. Guys, we have like 2, 3, 4, if that. It's just something simple. It's just like, we just want to fuck, and then anything else after that follows suit. That's what happens. That's all it is, really. Yes, I know about the outliers. Yes, there are the exceptions to the rules, but that doesn't make the rule. Like, you gotta always go. I'm speaking in generalities. I go towards the majority versus the exception. I don't ever talk about the exception. I acknowledge that there is the exception and that you may not be like that. But the fact is, this is what the majority does. And this is the majority's actions, the majority's cadences, the way they move. That's what I'm saying. If you can't acknowledge that and you still want to live in your fairy tale delusional world, then you could go ahead and continue to complain and not get locked down the way you want to. You're gonna be a cat lady or a dog lady, either fucking one. It's just, hey, invest in Chewy. Oh man, get some money off that shit. Hopefully that answers your question. I'm tired of talking about it. I want to move on to it. It's always go off on these tangents every single fucking time and I get questions like this. It happens, but I'm with it. That's what it's here for. That's what this is the most engaging part of the podcast, and we're almost there to where a point that I like, to where I'm probably going to ask you guys that are listening here, if you'd like to see a live podcast, to where I could literally engage with you right then and there, and answer your questions just live on the podcast. I will literally shout on all my platforms like, hey, I'm having my podcast live on this day at this time. Show up, show out, whatever you want to do. I'll answer questions live on the podcast. And podcasts can go for an hour like these usually do, but if it's live and we get a lot of motherfuckers in here and I'm just answering questions left and right, the thing could go for like 6 hours type shit. I don't want to talk for 6 hours, but the thing is, with the live podcast, I could then also decide if I want to bring somebody on live too, where it could have multiple people. So that's food for thought. We could do that, because this is like, it's getting big, man. or getting a lot of listeners on this side and a lot of questions. I just choose the ones. I just choose so many fucking questions to get. A lot of questions I get are repeats that I've already done. For the people who are like, oh, I should, why didn't you read my last question? It was like, because I've already answered it on a previous podcast. You could go back at this time, like 38:25 or some shit like that, on that timestamp to go listen on this episode, and your question has been answered. That's why. Maybe yours may be phrased a little bit different, but it still is answering it in a sense that I think. So yeah, that's really all I gotta say about that. But that's possible in the future, possibly very soon. Plus I gotta work out my own schedule because it's just fucking busy as all hell. So yeah, if you guys like that, leave a like, comment below. We want to watch it live. Absolutely. Rate the shit 5 stars. If you want to send a DM, be like, we want to watch this shit live. If I get a certain amount, I'm thinking like, what did I say? I think it was like 600. I think it was 600 people. Yeah, if I get 600 comments, different comments, not one person spamming it 50 fucking times, because I've seen that happen. Yeah, if I get 600 comments or 600 just in general responses, DMs, things like that, or even 600 likes, shares, whatever it is, not combined, just different. One of the 2 or 3 all have to hit 600. If it gets 600, I'll do it. That'll let me know, because we're right there. It's just, I'm just putting the goal up there because I know where my listeners are, and if we could shoot past that, then bam. Yeah, we're gonna move on to the next section of the podcast. That's all I had to say. Katniss ever ducking. She ducking these motherfucking fools. That's what that shit is. She ducking these motherfucking fools. I don't blame her. There's a lot of guys it's lame, need to work on themselves. Talked about it in the previous podcast of men needing to work on themselves. So it's not just you. There are some good men that just kind of just aren't ambitious enough and don't have the drive they need. But yeah. Next question, next section of the podcast, TVs and movies, things that I've watched. The latest movie that just dropped, Jordan Peele's Nope. This movie was something different, bro. I was like, watching the trailer, I thought the trailer spoiled shit. I probably should say spoiler alert from this point on. This trailer, like, I thought the trailer spoiled a lot of shit. If you haven't seen this movie, you don't want to listen to it, just skip ahead enough to where I don't know how far I'm going to be talking, but yeah, you could just go ahead and skip it if you don't want to, or if you want to listen to it and then go see it and make your own decision on how you think of this movie, you could do that, because it's different. It's like, fuck. I enjoyed it. I like dealing with the unknown, and I like watching things about the unknown. Especially when it comes to space or even aliens, like, that shit's dope to me. I'm going to sit there and watch. I'm going to sit there and listen, especially when they, like a few years ago when they declassified a lot of those alien files with the military. Like, and I watched a lot of those documentaries and I watched a lot of those videos. It's like, what the fuck? Like, there's a lot of references to that in this movie, a lot of them, and it's actually fucking really dope that they incorporated a lot of it. And there's a whole side story to the movie inside the movie, and I think they might expand on this movie to where it might get even bigger. That'd be pretty cool. Or if it's a one and done, I'm fine with it. I think I don't really know, because this man's mind is pretty incredible. He hasn't made a lot of movies. He hasn't made a lot of second movies. Like, we have, was there a Get Out 2? I don't think there was a Get Out 2. No, there wasn't. There was Us, Get Out, Nope, and then I think there was one more. I don't remember what the last one was. Or I think I said all the movies. But I love Jordan Peele's movies. Great fucking movies. You get a bit of everything in this movie, and what I mean by that is you get the comedy, you get the awkwardness, you get the I guess you could say a horror, you get the suspense in it, you get the action, you get the jump scare in it, and there's like some, when I mean jump scare, there's like disappointed. It's just like, yeah, it was a fucking jump scare, but of course the shit didn't get me, but it got a lot of people at the fucking movie theater that I was with. They fucking screamed. They weren't expecting that shit. It was actually pretty fucking dope. That fucking scene in the barn was actually pretty dope. I was not expecting that shit because I was like, that's fucking cool. Oh man. The mystery, you get you're getting a story. You're getting fuck. What was I going with this? Sense of adventure into it. Yes, you're absolutely getting that into it. The acting is really good. There's like some, like, what I mean by awkward moments, it's like, bro, why is it so awkward? But it's like, if you were in that situation, you would probably act like that, or if you were him and how he grew up, you'd probably be just like that. To where it's just like, okay, you could relate to that, because it's all on a ranch. Everything is about abduction of aliens and how do I explain this movie? This shit is different. Like, that's all I can really say. I highly recommend going to see it and make your own interpretation of this movie, to see if you like it. I really fucking like this movie, and I would go see it again. If it drops on a streaming service, I will definitely watch this shit again. It's probably either gonna go on HBO, Amazon, or I don't think Netflix is gonna pick this shit up. Netflix is losing subscribers left and right, and that'd be a bad fucking deal. Hulu, you really don't fucking hear shit about it. It's just either not Netflix. It's either Amazon or HBO Max. Those are the two things that are going big. That's really about it. He really outdone himself in this movie. I think he outdone himself in this movie. This is really good. I can't wait to see what he has next in store. The alien ship that was in this movie was something different. I didn't expect it to be whatever the fuck it was. I still don't know what the fuck it was. I just know that was, how do you put it? I don't know, like a giant, fuck, I don't know, because that literally the spaceship turned into a giant fucking creature. Fuck, I really don't know what to say. Like, it was something very different, and the way it moved, of course, was very unnatural. Like, it isn't from this world, so that's why it moved the way it did. And it was pretty cool in the way how they did it. And it was like a time thing on how everything kind of went. It was pretty cool. It pretty much told a story how each horse either disappeared or it kind of led up to it and stuff like that. And then that scene where the entire, well, not the entire town, but like the entire like festival, you could say, got abducted because they looked at the ship. And if you look at the ship, you get abducted. If you don't look at it, you're like safe in a way. But it's just like, fuck, bro, that shit was dope. Shit was dope. That shit was, it was pretty crazy, man. And then the what was that, CNN or some shit like that, showed up on their doorstep and tried to interview him, and then he got sucked up. It is what it is, man. That's what happens. But I would, if I was her, if I was Keke Palmer, because she was in there, she was in the movie Stars. If I was like, yo, you're on private property, get the fuck off my land, bro. Go back where you were. Fuck all that, oh, you ain't supposed to be here right now, we're gonna need you to back up. I'm like, I would be like, get the fuck off my land, bro. Get out of here. This is my ranch. You ain't supposed to be here. You could leave, fam. Like, get up out of here. But I don't know what I would rate this movie. I would probably give it still about a solid like 8.5. Let's go 8.5. Yeah, I'll give it a solid 8.5. Give it a solid 8.5 because it was really good. Wouldn't go up as like a fucking 9 or anything like that. I would have to rewatch it to give it like another even like official solid title. But like as a placeholder, I'd probably give it an 8.5. It's not a perfect movie, so that's why I damn sure wouldn't give it no damn 10. There's not many perfect movies out there. If any. I think, which one did I think was damn near perfect? Avatar, that's what it was. Still, Blue Monkeys to me, that shit was, I mean, that's why it was so highly rated back then. Like, it got perfect scores left and right when it first fucking dropped. It was like, I think it got like a 10 on bunch of things, and then an average down, I think it was like a 9.8. I don't know where it stands now. It's probably lower because of either review bombs or just over the time, just people started like going to dislike it. But at first, that shit had like a 9.8 or a 10. It was that good. And I'm not the only one who thought that. Because I'm a movie person, so I knew exactly what it meant. Next movie we want to talk about is Thor: Love and Thunder. Thor: Love and Thunder. Lot of mixed reviews on this movie, and just like before, spoiler alert. This movie is just a comedy. It's a comedy. It's nothing serious. Like if you go to Thor movies and you think you're going to get a serious movie like a Captain America or an Avengers movie, you're sorely mistaken. Like bad. Like it's bad. You're not gonna get that shit because this movie's just a joke. It's like they put so many memes and gimmicks and stuff in this movie to where it's just like Thor is just a very good side character to have. Like Ragnarok was a great movie. Yes, that one was a solid movie. It was an unexpected good comedy movie. That one you could kind of hold up to, like you could put it in like the Captain America categories, but not as good as Captain America. But like it was up there because it was a solid fucking movie. But this one was not that good, but it was good at the same time. And what I mean by that, gore was phenomenal. Christian Bale played the best Marvel villain in the entire MCU. This was the best villain they've ever had. This was amazing. I was like, dude, even though everything else was just bad and they were just kind of getting along with the story, this is the best thing they've had. This is the best story they've had. Best just from beginning to end, how he was and why he did the thing he was and the way he did everything. It was so fucking good. We seen our dude Heimdall at the end of it, because you know we see Jane Foster. She dies from cancer. Of course, I already said spoiler. She dies from cancer. And then she goes to Valhalla. And then she sees, of course, this is not until the end of the movie, but I'm just jumping all over the place. I don't really care. We're not structured over here. But seeing Heimdall, because you know we see his son, because his son gets taken from Gore, because the reason why the kids get taken is because his daughter got killed. From the gods not being able to save him and his entire species from, I guess, some drought or whatever it is. And the thing about this movie is why I was like, okay, I needed more information. The movie's 2 hours, and I was like, this is kind of short. And as I was watching it, I was like, why did that happen? I need more information. I feel like there was a big cut. And yes, there was I believe an article came out that the movie was supposed to be almost 4 hours. They cut damn near 2 hours out of this fucking movie that probably had all the information we needed. And it probably would have been an even better movie, but they decided to cut 2 hours of it. I don't know why. Hopefully when it drops on Disney, they put the extended edition on it, the director's cut, because if not, the movie's just gonna keep being what it is, because it's just a joke. The screaming goats were probably like the funniest part of it. Like even though they overplayed it, or just like it just kept getting ridiculous, I still thought it was probably the funniest shit ever. It was just, those goats were just funny as hell. That was great. And then they had Matt Damon show back up, and then they had that one girl, I forgot what her name is, but she's like a bigger actress and stuff like that. They had her play Hela in the play that they always do in all the Thor movies. Those plays are pretty fucking ridiculous, but they're hilarious. This one was the play of Thor and brother Loki losing their father during Ragnarok, and it was that whole thing. And then Hela, when she came and arrived, that was like the whole sequence of how that happened. And how she destroyed Mjolnir. Oh my god, Mjolnir with her hand. So yeah, that shit was fucking dope. And what do I have to say? The movie was ridiculous. Thor killed Zeus, but didn't really kill Zeus with his own thunderbolt. And what made no sense is because Zeus's thunderbolt isn't supposed to attack him, but the fact that Thor was able to throw it right through his damn chest and kind of kill him, but not really kill him, because at the end of it, he didn't die. it was like, okay, I didn't get that, but all right, we'll just keep that there. I don't know what to think of this movie. This movie was bad. I have to get, it was mid. It was very mid. Like, I'm gonna have to give it only a 5 or a 6. It was down there. It was down there, bro. It was down there. Even though I know it was a joke, but still, it's like, fuck, bro. There's a lot of problems with this movie because they cut out 2 hours of the goddamn movie. That's a problem. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. But we're gonna move on from it. Damn, we've been talking for a fucking hour. Oh my god, we got one thing left. We got 2 things left. We're almost done. We're almost fucking down. Last thing about this, I'm gonna talk about. I'll mention a couple other things, but last thing is Stranger Things. Oh my god, I have finally caught up on Stranger Things. I started it on a Sunday and I finished it on a Thursday. Yeah, I was sitting there binge watching that shit, bro. It was Stranger Things is so fucking good, bro. Now I see why everybody was on it. I mean, it was like the same thing with Game of Thrones. I kind of waited till everything was done. It was just like, fuck it. Let me go ahead and start this shit. I loved Stranger Things. I had no issues with season 1 through 4. They were all great to me. How every single bit of it led up, how the entire story led up. I even got asked the questions like, oh, isn't that story about just kids being abducted? And then later on in the seasons is about monsters. I was like, no, from the jump, it was about monsters and the abduction of the kids because of the upside down. It was always about the same thing from the jump. The acting on a lot of the beginning stuff. I mean, throughout the whole fucking series, there was a lot like the acting issues. Oh, not issues. There's just some part of it's just like, oh my god, that's so fucking awkward. It was just like, why can't this bitch 11 speak like the entire time? She just sat there and just made kissy face with fucking I forgot what his name is, but just like this man didn't want to teach her anything, the alphabet, didn't want to teach her how to actually communicate shit, how to actually get smarter because she was failing all her tests in school and stuff like that. All they just cared about was using her fucking powers, the upside down, and fucking kissing this dude. And I was just like, bruh, this girl just sat there, screamed, cried, pointed a little hand out, and made shit fly around like goddamn witch. Like, that's all she mainly fucking did. Like, she was a decent character for me, but she really isn't it. Steve, I love Steve. I loved him. I loved him and Dustin's relationship. His big brother, little brother complex that they had going on was fucking amazing. I loved it. Dustin, he annoyed the fuck out of me a lot of times, but he was so innocent and cute at the same time. It was just awesome. I was like, I fuck with this dude. It's just like, Dustin, keep doing your thing. And the whole prom, like, was it prom or whatever this school dance that they had was so sad. I was like, bro, keep doing your thing, bro. Who cares if they reject you? But you know, it ended up well for him at the end. Max, her, man, Maxine, bro, she was that, like, from the beginning I was like, okay, I'll fuck with her. She's a little badass coming from different type of family and stuff like that. Her brother was but he was a racist, wasn't he? I think he was, because he really didn't like oh boy. I mean, I kind of didn't really like him. He was a little man. He was smart. I fucked with him. But at the same time, it was just like, bro, you just sap for this girl, bro. You just, come on now, bro. Come on now. But Maxine, from the beginning, I liked her. And all the way to the end, bro, they definitely caught me in the feels when shit, bro, she was about to die, bro. When she lifted up, I was like, bro, she better not fucking die on my watch, bro. I'm about to be pissed as shit if she dies. That shit had a fucking tears about to come out of my eyes on that one. That shit was motion roller coaster on that shit. That shit was insane. The visual effects were great too. The monsters that they had were different. Demogorgons too. God damn, I love how they incorporate D&D into everything as well, because, you know, a bunch of nerds. I loved it. So I understood everything they were talking about, because D&D I definitely played a few times, but it was just like I didn't play it for how long is it? About 10 years now. So yeah, it's been a minute, but I understood everything they were talking about. And then Eddie, bro, Eddie put on a show, man. That scene was insane. That was fucking amazing. That scene was great. Eddie Munson, bro, it was sad to see him go and what they did to him. I was like, come on, Eddie, just survive, bro. Don't leave me. I liked Eddie since he showed up on the screen. I liked him. He was full of character, full of life. His acting was great. Great. As I see why a lot of people were praising him. It was just like, I was like, yeah, he did a great job. That was a character you quickly fell in love with. It sucked he was only there for one season, but still, it was great to see him just even be a part of the whole thing. It was great. Who am I missing? The old girl that Steve was dating in the beginning, but then stopped because she went towards Will's brother. Will was something else too. I don't know. Like, I understand Will was mainly in the Upside Down. Like, this man survived for like 18 weeks in that bitch, or was like 8 weeks or some shit. And then when he came out, he was just like, bruh, fucking talk. You have the sense of when they're here. Like, he really didn't start warning people until later on in the fucking seasons. I guess because he was starting to understand, but it was like, bro, after you dealt with that shit and then throughout the whole thing, you were like getting signs that shit is bad about to happen. You don't know how to talk. Like, they don't know how to talk in this goddamn fucking show. I was like, bro, what is this? I hate this. Talk. Like, say something, bro. Like, do something. And then fucking Papa, the old man, who's the dad of the kids, more so the caretaker of all the kids who had powers. That was he was on some weird shit, but he like had good intentions, but at the same time he didn't. I'm glad he died. I'm glad he got shot. I was like, bro, he needed to get a bullet through his head in the beginning of the goddamn season. That's what should have happened, but Stranger Things, man, that was good. I'm ready for season 5 because they ended it off with the gate open because Maxine died, so she was the final one. So the portal opened. Sorry, she didn't die. She's in a coma. Or did she? Oh my fucking god, I don't fucking remember. She did die. She did fucking die because the thing opened. She's still alive because 11 saved her, but she's at the same time still like in a coma, I believe was what it lasts. Like, I'm just kind of hazy. She's in a coma because she did die, but 11 brought her back to life while she was in the Upside Down in a pizza shop because she used like some transitional metaphase, whatever it is, to use a dream inside a dream to be able to get to her to try to help her in that whole fight scene towards the end of it. Forgot what the fucking evil dude's name is. I'll just be forgetting shit. I'll be forgetting names every time I start talking about shit. It just in through boom boom gone. I'm fucking tired of talking. Fucking tired of talking, bro. I'm done. Oh my god, but I just want to mention a few more things. Yeah, Stranger Things, great, loved it. House of Dragons about to start, love it. They said they're gonna have 18 dragons, which is gonna be fucking amazing. Was it 18 or 13? It was one of the two. That CGI budget is gonna be visual effects, CGI, it's gonna be insane because House of Dragons is gonna be great. Cannot wait to see that. There was one other thing that I believe, oh yeah, probably gonna start The Boys very soon because I want to start that because everybody's ranting and raving about that, just like how people were ranting and raving about Stranger Things. So that's probably gonna be the next step, and then probably after that it's gonna be Umbrella Academy. So I'll be looking forward to those when I get the time to watch those. Anime, I've only been like watching like a few things that kind of caught my attention, like the Black Summoner. There's that. What are the other two things? I literally just had them on my fucking mind. Chorus, Recore, whatever it is. There's that one. That was pretty interesting. They're pretty kicking ass, and there's a bunch of fucking skilled ass girls with fucking bullets and shooting. So I was like, all right, fuck with this a little bit. It's pretty nice. And then there was one other one that I cannot remember. Overlord. Yeah, Overlord started season 4, I believe it was. Yeah, Overlord season 4 started, and that's what it is. So that's really all I gotta say about that, man. I'm so fucking tired from fucking talking, bro. I need some fucking water. But that's the end of the podcast. If you liked, what you heard and everything. You made it to the end of the podcast and you like the suggestion about the whole live podcast, go ahead and leave a comment, like, subscribe, ring the bell icon, all that. Leave a comment below saying that, I forgot what I said the first time, watch it live. I guess watch it live is going to be the comment if you made it. Watch it live. Go ahead and do that. And if I get DMs saying watch it live as well, I will count that as well. You could definitely do that. And if I get about 600 of those different people, 600 different people who are watching not only around the fucking world, but also in the United States, that I've enjoyed listening to this podcast. If I get that goal and we reach it and you guys share it and they like it and they want to hear this shit live and we got 600 people, consecutive listeners, yeah, we gonna set that shit up fast as hell. That might be the next one, or it might be podcast 20, because this is 26. It could be either 28 or 29. It could be either the two, but we'll see. We'll see how fast we can generate this fucking this headline, this headway. And that's really about all I got to say. Love you guys. Appreciate all the support so far that we've been getting. It's been a long journey. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna get this out tonight. I'm gonna definitely get this video, the audio version, out tonight. Honestly, I still ain't even got the video version of the other one because I've been so fucking busy. Like I said, I don't know when this one gonna be up. But since we got some things to show on the video version of the podcast, I gotta put both of those out. Honestly, I gotta work on 25, then 26. 25 is like 80% done. This one just isn't because recording it now. But I'll get it out to you guys. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.